everybody to the live stream of Dishing with the Dietitian, How to Have a Healthy Thanksgiving. We're on a little early, so if you happen to be on with me a little early, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. I came on early because I want to make sure I'm using my iPad today. For those of you who know me, a little tech challenge. So I just want to make sure that I am with you live so that I can answer your questions. And the best part about a live chat is that I will be able to see you live and I will be able to answer your questions live. So let me know you're here by giving me the thumbs up. This is just what I love to do, so I'm thrilled to be doing it with you. I'm going to just check, make sure I get you. Um, and see the live stream is live. Yay, now I'm here with you and I'm thrilled to be, so now I am good to go. It's just why I came on early, just to make sure that I got all the kinks out and that we are good to go. Um, Checking myself, making sure I'm ready for you. Let me know that you're here. And I am psyched because holidays are my favorite. I will share with you, for those of you who are on a little early with me, I am going to share with you a fun little story. And that is, I was teaching a class at Mass General, and if you're one of the people who said this to me and you're listening, you will laugh at this because I certainly have. And I told my class that Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. And they looked at me and smiled and said, "You told us that Halloween was your favorite holiday." Well, the truth is, I love holidays. So I'm going to tell you why in just a flash. I'm waiting so that we are here live. If anybody's here with me, let me know. Oh, I can see somebody is. And I am so excited that you are. We're going to officially start in about 4 minutes. But if you have any questions, you can certainly, if you're here, type them in. I'm happy to address them. And we can and I'm going to be so excited to show you how you can navigate this holiday. And I really consider, while Halloween is the beginning for many, I really consider Thanksgiving to be the kickoff for the holiday season. So I'm going to show you why it's so important to be mindful at this time of year, and how you can enjoy your favorite treats without sabotaging your goals. We will do this. Now we're in about 3 minutes, but I am thrilled because I am here with you live, and I'm going to be able to see you, and that is what this is all about. Great. Okay. This is the first time that I'm using my iPad. As you have been on my live stream before, you might note that I typically will use my computer, my laptop, but this time I'm going to try it out with my iPad, and I think it should work just fine. I can see that we're on. I've had no problems. We've got just 3 more minutes. And if there's any questions that you may have about your holiday, let me know. If you're here, give me the thumbs up because that lets me know that you're here. Oh, you guys, whoever's here, I am so excited. I can't see who's here, but I do see a couple of thumbs up, and that is giving me joy beyond, because that is the point of a live stream, is for it to be interactive. So I am thrilled to be able to set this time aside to answer your questions and to be here for you. This is just what I love to do. We've got 2 official minutes left. To giving those 2 minutes for those people who know that this starts at 7. As many of you know, I like to be prompted on time, so I don't want to cheat anybody by starting a little early, and I don't want to delay it by starting late, so I will start exactly at 7 o'clock. I just came on early. For those of you who also like to start a little early, we go out for dinner with friends, and we know that before we get to the restaurant, we are sure that this one couple is always there because they're always early. And it's really great because it's better to be early than late. And this way you can take care of any unforeseen problems that might arise. And that's exactly why I'm here. So if you are here or joining me, please give me the thumbs up. Let me know that you're here. And we will get started. Now we're down to just 1 minute, and then we will kick this holiday season off together. And if there's any questions that you have, feel free to write them in, and I will look forward to seeing you on the live stream. Awesome. We have one more minute, and we are just about ready to start. And I'm looking forward to seeing you and to answering any questions you have and to giving you the tools that you might need to navigate Thanksgiving. And then we'll also cover some ideas for the rest of the holiday season. We are just about there. It's almost like watching a soup, waiting for a soup to boil or water to boil. If you're watching it and you're standing there, it seems to take forever. But here we are at 7 o'clock. Welcome, everybody, to Dietitian with the Dietitian. I am more than thrilled to have you join me tonight on the live stream as we learn how to navigate the Thanksgiving holiday. Thanksgiving is one of my favorites, but it certainly doesn't have to sabotage your goals. Let me show you how you can enjoy some of your favorite treats that you might not normally have at any other time of the year, and still be able to stay on track. What puts me in a position to be able to discuss this with you? For those of you who are new to my channel, let me say welcome. My name is Debbie Kravitsky. I've been a registered dietitian for over 30 years. Currently, I'm the Director of Nutrition at Mass General Hospital's Cardiovascular Disease Prevention Center. I also have a private practice, and I consult with many corporations. I've appeared in national publications, and I've also appeared on television. It is my pleasure to be able to help you reach your dietary goals by presenting accurate, current, depending on where you are and what you're doing, but taking the time to just stop and pause and reflect. The reason why I love Thanksgiving or any holiday is because it's a chance for you to look back on your year behind you, to be present in the moment ahead, and to look forward. Continue to give me the thumbs up, you guys. I'm so excited to see so many people joining me on the live stream. The thumbs up lets me know that you're here. And if you have any questions, let me know that. Any comments, let me know that. And for those of you who are new, definitely, if this is something that interests you, please consider hitting the red button by subscribing to my channel, because that is how I can continue to do this. Thanksgiving. You may think of Thanksgiving as including a variety of treats and things that you may not normally have. You guys are just slaying me tonight, as I can see more and more people are joining me on the live stream, and I'm just so thrilled about it. So this is a time to think about the past, the present, and the future, and about thinking about your goals and what you're all about. So you definitely need a roadmap, because as you do that, there are a lot of emotions that will be swirling. You might be with friends, you might be with family, and you don't want to stuff these feelings by eating food. You really want to be mindful and be present in the moment. If this is something that interests you, definitely give me a thumbs up, because I'm about to discuss this with you. And if you have comments or contributions, let me know. You definitely are going to need a roadmap. I want you to think about, what do you have to have because it's Thanksgiving, and what do you not? You can have anything you want. It's Thanksgiving. This isn't about a diet. Diets don't work. This is about a lifestyle. This is about taking a breath and having a pause. And armed with nutrition knowledge and a heightened sense of awareness, you ask yourself, how am I going to feel afterwards? And let me ask you, are you hosting Thanksgiving, or are you going someplace for Thanksgiving? Let me know by writing that in. It makes a difference. If you're going to somebody's house for Thanksgiving and you know what they're going to have, then start to pre-plan your roadmap by thinking about what you're going to have and what you're not. If you're not sure that they're going to have things that will be consistent with your goals, bring something. I always have my cousins bring a fruit platter. It's labor intense. I don't always have the time to do it. And I know everybody will enjoy such a refreshing treat. So a crudité platter or a fresh vegetable platter is another wonderful dish for you to bring. It's a great contribution for you to bring to your guests, because they're going to love it. Who wouldn't? And yet it will be consistent with your goals. So think about what your goals are. They're to make sure that you include foods high in fiber, that you eat the rainbow when possible, and that you include whole grains if they're available, and that you have some protein to help keep you feeling full. Let's start from the beginning of the day, your roadmap. Many people think, I'm going to go for Thanksgiving, I'm having this big meal, I'm not eating until. Big mistake. You're going to arrive, you're going to be hungry, ravenous, out of control. This is not the way to start your Thanksgiving holiday. I want you to make sure that you wake up and have breakfast. This will start to get your blood sugars up. It'll rev your engine, your metabolic engine, that rate at which you burn calories. If you don't eat, your body's going to think you're in starvation mode. It will slow down. And then by the time you get to the Thanksgiving meal, you're going to be burning so slowly, you actually can gain weight. So I want you to eat breakfast to start that engine running. Make sure you follow the same rules as you're going to for Thanksgiving or for any meal. You have a source of protein and a source of fiber. Great ideas. A yogurt with some fresh berries or fresh fruit. A bowl of oatmeal made with milk and some fruit on top. Cold cereal. An whole wheat English muffin with some eggs or egg whites. You could even throw in some Baby Bell cheese, which melts beautifully, and have a piece of fruit. This is Thanksgiving. Have a delicious, yummy breakfast. Take the time to enjoy it, because oftentimes during the week, if you're running to work, you don't have time. You're eating on the fly. Today, take the time. This is Thanksgiving. This is the holiday where we get to be thankful and take the break for this special time that we have together. So have a delicious breakfast. Make sure it's consistent with your goals. And also, perhaps, depending on what time that you meet on Thanksgiving, go for a walk. Get in a workout, some exercise. When you work out, tell me, when you work out, do you feel like eating, or do you feel like that you now have a heightened awareness of how your body feels and how your body looks, and so that you're not as hungry because you sort of gave yourself a meal with that workout. So get in a workout. It could be a walk, it could be a game of tag football if that's what you do. It could be an exercise video. You can download some apps that are fabulous. Nike has a fitness challenge. The workouts range from 10 to 20 minutes. You could do a couple of them or one of them, depending on your time frame. And you'll feel good to go to a Thanksgiving meal knowing that you got some exercise in. It definitely sets your mood and will help you to set your plate correctly. I would wear something tight. It reminds you of why it is that you're doing this. While health is a powerful motivator, it's often vague. Tucking in your clothes, tucking in a shirt, wearing something tight-fitting will remind you of your body, because I think vanity, frankly, is much more tangible. Let me know if that's what you think, too. If your shirt is tucked in or you're wearing something tight, do you want to sit at the table and watch somebody go bomb, bomb, bomb? Let me make sure. I am checking on the live stream to see who's here. Thank you so much, Lorraine, that you are hosting. Oh, how fun. Your guests are in for a special treat because they know that you know how to do this correctly. Veggies, veggies, veggies. You really want to fill up in veggies. Lorraine, I am so excited that you're here on the live stream. You are awesome. Let me walk you through the meal. Now that you've had breakfast, if you're meeting for lunch, let me know what time you're meeting. I'm going to be checking you guys. Let me know what time that you're meeting for your Thanksgiving meal. We tend to do it, we have little kids in our family, so that we tend to do it around when kids have had their naps. I usually like to wait for that so that kids can come feeling refreshed. So oftentimes my Thanksgiving won't be till late afternoon. But maybe you're meeting at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Let me know, because it will make a difference. The reason why it makes a difference, there's a circadian rhythm to metabolism. There's a time when you're in a deep sleep and it's a time when you're in a light sleep. There's a circadian rhythm to metabolism. When it gets dark out, which these days is around 4:30 in the afternoon, hard to believe, your body will go into sleep mode, which means if you eat a lot at night, you're going to be burning so slowly you can gain weight. So hopefully if you're having your Thanksgiving meal, you're going to eat more during the day than you will at night. You're having yours at 3 o'clock. I'm You and I are about at the same time. We're usually around 3:30. So you're going to want to make sure that you have breakfast and that you also have lunch. So your lunch, Lorraine, could include something like a big salad with grilled chicken and some fruit, or it could be a turkey sandwich. It could be a grilled cheese. Look at my video on how to make grilled cheese 3 ways using the Baby Bell Light, and that will give you some idea for how to have a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch. That's also, I think, it's sort of a treat on Thanksgiving Day that won't take a lot of time, but you're going to be able to sit down and enjoy, so that by the time 3 o'clock comes, you won't be panicked, you won't be starving, and you're going to be in control because you kept your blood sugars nice and even and steady. So 3 o'clock, we do the exact same thing. When it comes time for the meal, the other reason why you need a roadmap is because many people will start with hors d'oeuvres. Let me know if you have a lot of hors d'oeuvres. I can tell you what I have learned through the years. Hors d'oeuvres kill the meal because you fill up on hors d'oeuvres, and many times you don't realize what you ate, and then you don't have real room for the dinner. My suggestion, limit hors d'oeuvres to 1 or 2 things and make them easy because you're making a whole meal. Maybe let me know, are people bringing dishes for you to make it easier? I hope so. But for me, it's easy to have something just like, you could just have a bowl of nuts, frankly, it's enough. You could have, I like to have shrimp cocktail. That's my go-to special treat on Thanksgiving for my family. And let me tell you why it makes a difference. Because if you follow the fat, you follow the calories. If I had about a half a cup of a sour cream dip with vegetables, I'm at about 600 calories. If I had a couple of tablespoons of a sour cream dip, which is really not a lot. I don't know about you, but nobody stops at a couple of tablespoons. Very few. So if I had 4 tablespoons, which is about a quarter of a cup, I would be about 120 calories. If instead I swapped that out for 6 good-sized shrimp cocktail with the cocktail sauce, I'm going to cut those calories in half. I'm going down to 60. Yes, you're making your guac. You're making guacamole and shrimp cocktail too. I know, Lorraine, they're going to have the best time at your house because you are the bomb diggity best. And guacamole, nice healthy fat, but be mindful of amounts, and the shrimp cocktail, you're going to be great. Be present in the moment when you eat so that you know what it is that you're eating. Hosting somebody like myself and like Lorraine, we can have a roadmap that we know very clearly what it is that we're going to have, because we can plan ahead. You are making spinach balls like your egg quiche. Go you, Lorraine. Because you're taking all these healthy proteins that are nice and lean, and you're making sure that you have plenty of fiber with the spinach. This is just what you want. Veggies, veggies, veggies. This is the treat time. So decide which hors d'oeuvres do you have to have. What do you not want to have? If you're having delicious ones like Lorraine, the spinach balls with the eggs, with the egg quiche, the guacamole, and the shrimp cocktail, you might want to have them all. And that's fine. That's when portion size will make a difference. A little bit goes a long way. But be mindful. You might be talking to Aunt Millie, and she starts to drive you crazy. And so to block her out, or just to give yourself an activity, because maybe you're also getting a little bored or fidgety, you start dipping your hand in the nut bowl or the candy jar, and before you don't realize that each big handful, could be about 140 calories of nuts. So you do a couple of these, you could get to 500-600 calories easy, and you don't think you ate anything. So be present, be mindful, and make sure that you have a realistic roadmap. I keep checking, because that's the beauty of a live stream. I can keep looking, and if you have any tips as I'm going through my tips, if you have any ideas, things that you found that you realized after the holiday, maybe that you wished you had done something different, or ideas that you have that will make this holiday season better for you, let me know. For somebody who's been going low fat and low sodium for quite a while, if you eat a meal that's very rich and has a lot of fat in it, let me know if this has happened to you. It may not agree with you anymore, and it may go right through you. If you've been going low sodium for a while and you eat a dish that has a lot of salt in it, you can pick it up right away. Let me know if that's happened to you. It can make that dish almost inedible. These are good signs. This means you're in your zone. You've been eating clean. You've been having healthy foods. You've been enjoying the flavor of the foods themselves. And so you don't need a lot of this salt or a lot of this fat. Let me know if this has happened to you. Let's walk through now the meal, and I'll show you how you can go one way or another by making simple choices. And we can include pie. We're going to include everything. I'm not going to skimp on anything. You can modify this any which way you want. These are just examples of what I'm talking about when it comes to navigating the meal. If you follow the fat, you follow the calories. So if you started with just a quarter of a cup of your vegetable dip, of your sour cream and onion dip with the vegetables, just a quarter of a cup is 120 calories. To be honest with you, I think most people have at least a half a cup. So I'm going to say it's 240 calories. If instead I had my shrimp cocktail, I'm at 120. So 6 shrimp are very filling. If you get the large size cocktail shrimp that look like this, you can buy cocktail shrimp already cooked, or you can roast it in your oven. Get the peeled and deveined. It just makes life a lot easier. Drizzle this with a little olive oil, and in the oven it goes at 400 for about 8 minutes, and it will be roasted absolutely perfectly. And let me know if you've done that. Yay, pumpkin pie. I know, and I'm going to show you when we get to dessert in about 3 seconds why pumpkin pie is actually a great choice. So I'm so glad you like pumpkin pie, because it is the way to go. Now, say you started your meal with dark meat turkey. You got about 4 ounces. How do you know what 4 ounces look like? You're at a meal. You're not going to judge. The size of your fist is about 4 ounces. The size of a deck of cards, a playing card, is 3 ounces. You can have at least 4 ounces. When you sit down, you're going to rate your plate. Half your plate, the vegetables, the size of your fist, lean protein, and this quadrant, a whole grain or high fiber starch, your potato, your stuffing, your rice, what have you. This is, by the way, a carbohydrate and fat-laden meal. So you need to think about it ahead of time. What do you have to have and what do you not? And if you have to have everything, which is totally fine, it's Thanksgiving, make sure that you're really mindful of portions. There's a big difference between a sliver of pie and a wedge of pie. But here we go. Let me tell you the difference between white meat, dark meat, with skin, without, so that you can make the decision yourself. The leanest of course, will be the white meat without the skin. It's 158 calories for 4 ounces, that size of your fist. If I keep the white meat, but I keep the skin on, I'm going to go from 158 calories up to 185. Because if you follow the fat, you follow the calories. I haven't done gravy, I haven't done anything. I just kept the skin on or took the skin off. You lose 30 calories one way or the other. Dark meat, a little more flavor, many people argue, because it has a little bit more fat. Fine to have. 4 ounces dark meat without the skin, 183. If I keep the skin on, I go to 206. So you get to decide. Either way, you're going to range from 206 calories dark meat with skin to 158 white meat without skin. That's about a 50 calorie difference. Either way is fine. Decide where it is that you want to allocate your calories. This is a no judgment day. This is a day to be grateful, to have relaxation, remove the stress because you've made your roadmap and you're good to go. If you have green beans that are stir-fried with a little garlic and onion, and olive oil, you are good to go. String bean casserole, a little bit more caloric. Try to eat just the string beans out if that's all that is there. If you're hosting and you can roast them, that's just what you want to do. Another great idea. Tell me if anybody here likes Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. I do the same thing on a sheet pan. Drizzle with a little olive oil at about 375. I like them to get nice and charred. And when they're done, drizzle with a little balsamic glaze. Scrumptious. And really, to me, spells Thanksgiving. A big salad, More veggies. This is just what we want. Veggies, veggies, veggies. But watch the molded salad molds because they can be calorically dense. They also have a lot of added sugar. If you're making a Jello mold at home and you can get the sugar-free Jello, I wasn't raised with stuffing. So it's funny for me, but many in my family have requested stuffing. Let me know if you eat stuffing, and if you do, let me know what kind of stuffing you eat because it varies widely in terms of calories as to the type of stuffing that you have. For example, a wild rice stuffing is the lowest in calories. My family, I know, they like a bread stuffing. Happens to be one of the most caloric. But a half a cup, close to 300 calories. If they want that stuffing and they just had a taste, enough to satisfy, 2 tablespoons, I'm going to go down to 75. But say you had half a cup of bread stuffing, 300 calories. You added a molded wedge of salad, a Jello mold, for another 200. We put 2 tablespoons of gravy, that's not a lot, on our turkey for an extra 42 calories. And we then added a candied sweet potato for 240. We're at 1,500 calories, close to it. If we now added a Kahlua sombrero, and we added pecan pie and a scoop of vanilla ice cream, we are over 2,000 calories. The average American on Thanksgiving at the meal will consume about 3,500 calories at the meal. Can you see how easy it is to get there? This didn't even factor in the hors d'oeuvres or rolls. During the course of a day, the average American over 4,000 calories. This is really a place to be mindful and to watch these calories. So let's do another meal. You go through in another way. I'm just taking a look. Okay, you go through another way. Now, if instead you had your shrimp, you cut the calories in half, you had white meat turkey, without the skin. This is exactly what I do. 158 calories. You had stir-fried green beans or steamed green beans for 50. You had a potato, a baked potato instead of potato casserole or a potato gratin for 140. You had a salad and you had a roll. You had Lorraine's pumpkin pie, and you put a aerosol whipped cream on it. That's like 5 calories. And maybe you had a glass of wine. You didn't be at 975. The difference between the two is 1,000 calories. We had pie, we had a roll, we had salad. What did we not have? We didn't have stuffing, we didn't have the gravy. We cut the fat, we made easier choices, and that's how we were able to cut 1,000 calories. Did we still indulge? Absolutely. It's Thanksgiving. We enjoyed some of our favorite treats. You had pumpkin pie, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let me know if you're having pie, what kind you're having. Let me know if you're having stuffing. And do you think that you would be fine having aerosol whipped cream on your pie instead of topping it with ice cream? Would you be just as satisfied? That would cut 150 calories right then and there. So easy to stay on track as long as you're mindful and you make good choices. Also remember that the calories we gain at this time of year tend to stay with us. So this is the first of a couple of holidays yet to come. Be mindful now. Stay on track. Keep exercise in place. This isn't about perfection. This is about taking a breath and having a pause, being confident in your choices, and knowing for many people it's not Thanksgiving unless they have whatever. It's really important not to feel deprived. It's important to include whatever your favorites are. Family traditions, they're important. It's important to keep them up and to keep these memories and traditions going. It's also important not to stuff your feelings, to address that as well. It's also about resiliency. One of my favorite stories is the story of this skier. She was a amputee, and she was lucky enough to make it to the Olympics. And when she went down the first run, she couldn't believe it. She was in first place. When they ski for the Olympics, in order to get a medal, you have to do the same run twice. And you know that if any of you ski, let me know if you ski. Because if any of you ski know that when you go down that same slope again, it's never the same as it was the first time. Because now people have been skiing down it. The conditions are just not the same. When she went up to go down the run for the second time, she could hear they were calling up at the mountain as skiers were going down. They were getting calls at the top of the mountain saying all these skiers were falling, that actually the conditions had become quite treacherous, much more icy, and so people were falling all the time. And with only one leg, you can imagine her concern. So with great trepidation, she went to go down, and she went down her second run, and she made it all the way. She could see the finish line when, boom, she fell. She couldn't believe it. She was so deflated, so discouraged that she sat there for a minute. She just needed to regroup, and she said, I have no choice. I've got to get myself up. And she did, and she crossed the finish line. She ended up getting a bronze medal. The difference was the silver and the gold went to two skiers who also had fallen. The difference between why they got the silver and the gold and she got the bronze, they got up quicker. It's about resiliency. It's not about if you fall, you include foods you don't normally. It's about how quickly you're going to get up. This is Thanksgiving Day. This isn't Thanksgiving week. This isn't Thanksgiving year. This is Thanksgiving Day. Enjoy the day. Get right back on track the next day. You're going to be totally fine. Make sure that you're present in the moment. Enjoy everything. Be grateful for the fact that you're here. There's nothing that's going to taste better than good health. And here's to your health. Here's to a happy Thanksgiving. May you spend it just the way you want. Whether you're alone, by yourself, whether you're with family, whether you're with friends. I hope it's the most wonderful special day for you and that your food is delicious. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Here is to a wonderful year ahead. Let me know if this has been helpful for you. I'm going to stay on for just a few minutes as I'm looking to see if anybody has any comments for me or anything that they'd like to say. Definitely, Lorraine, my suggestion to you is to pre-plan your meals and to do things for you. Because I'm thrilled that you're hosting. I think it is so much fun, and I'm sure that anybody who's going to be with you watching are also going to have a wonderful time. So here's to a happy Thanksgiving for everybody. May we have a great year ahead, a wonderful season, and let me know if this has been helpful, giving me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done that already. And if there are upcoming segments that you'd like me to include, write that in, type that in the box, because I'll be looking to make sure to cover whatever that you'd like me to cover. I'm thrilled to do it. So for now, let me say thank you for joining me on my live stream. We meet every other Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And I can see that you're hosting. I'm looking for to see if anything is here. But I'm thrilled to have you on the live stream, and thank you for joining me on Dishing with the Dietitian. Have a wonderful evening ahead, and I'll look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. Anything you want me to cover, let me know. But from my house to yours, have a happy holiday. Thank you for joining me.